Welcome to Bedtime Stories. The Witch Hunter. Once a brother and his sister lived with their parents in a tiny cottage at the edge of a dense forest. Their father was a simple woodcutter. Although the family always had plenty of firewood to keep their home warm and cozy, often there was not enough food to feed. In fact, many times the family had nothing but a crust of bread for their supper. Night after night, long after the children had gone to bed, their parents would sit at the table and discuss the family's future. "What is to become of us?" asked father. "Soon we will not have even enough money for flour." "We will manage," mother said. "We have always find ways to manage." "We all will surely starve unless I go through the forest to find work," father sighed. He continued, "We have no money. Without money, we cannot buy food. What other choice do we have? I cannot expect my children to find work." Mother gasped at the very thought. "So you understand," father said, "I will go through the forest to find work so that we will not starve. Enough for one night. You are a woodcutter. A honest, hard-working woodcutter. We will find a way to manage. Now let us get some rest," mother said calmly. The sister asked, "Did you hear that?" as she spoke to her brother in the dark. "I heard," said the brother. "I do not want father to leave," she said. "What can we do?" "I will go," the brother answered. "I will travel through the forest to find work," the brother said quietly. "Then, I am coming with you. You cannot go alone," said the sister. "Don't be silly," the brother laughed. "The forest is a dangerous place." "If the forest is so dangerous," said the sister, "you may definitely need my help." "All right then, we will have to leave tonight." Before daylight, and before their parents were awake, both the children got out of bed, and put on their clothes, collected some bread, stuffed it into their knapsack. "Goodbye, father and mother," the brother and sister whispered. The children walked the entire day through the tangled bushes and tall trees. "It will be dark soon. Are you frightened?" asked the brother. "Frightened? Me? What would I be afraid of? I was just thinking, perhaps you wanted to go back home." "It is not too late. If you are afraid, we can turn around." "Don't be silly. I'm hungry, but not afraid," said the sister. "I wonder which way is home anyway." "Do not worry about that," brother said proudly. "We are not lost. I made sure of it. I have left a trail of bread crumbs behind us, just in case we need to turn back." "Dear brother, I am afraid you sacrificed your precious bread for nothing." "What?" the brother asked. "Just look," said the sister, pointing behind him. 3 black birds walked along behind them, eating each piece of bread crumb the brother had dropped. The trail he had left for them had vanished. The children continued to walk through the forest. Surely they would come across someone or somewhere to rest and have something to eat. "Sister, look," the brother shouted. "A cottage. Maybe whoever lives in that cottage will give us some food," said the brother. "Let's hope," said the sister, running towards the small house. As the children got closer, they saw it was not an ordinary little house. Its walls were made of gingerbread. Colorful candies tiled the roof and the window panes were made of clear sugar. "It is the most beautiful house I have ever seen," said the sister. "It is the most delicious house I have ever seen," said the brother, running to take a bite of the candied curtain. "Wait," the sister cried, "we should see if anyone is home and ask before we eat." Both children knocked the door. Tip-tap, tip-tap. Just then the door opened, and a very old woman came out. The old woman said sweetly, "Do not be afraid. Please come in. We have been traveling through the forest with nothing to eat. We are terribly hungry." "Children, you have come to the right place," the old woman laughed. "Help yourselves. Fill your bellies with candy and come inside and take some rest." The old woman prepared a meal of pancakes with rich syrup. She poured them large glasses of milk. The old woman smiled. Such good children you are. And the forest is such a dangerous place. Come now, I have made up beds for you. Yawning and slipping into the warm bed, both the children were fast asleep. Before the children woke, the old witch hunter grabbed the boy and locked him up in a little cage. Next she turned to the girl who was still sleeping. Wake up, you lazy bone, and fetch some water to cook a fine meal for your brother. When he is fat enough I shall eat him, said the witch hunter. The girl rubbed her eyes. This must be a nightmare, she said. She is a witch. The boy cried from inside the cage. That's right, the witch shouted. I am a witch hunter, and I hunt children and eat them for my supper. For the next few weeks, the witch made sure the boy got plenty to eat. She wanted him to become very fat and stout. Each morning she stood at his cage and said, "Stick out your fingers so I can see how plump you are getting." But the boy was clever and brave. Instead of his finger, he stuck out a thin little chicken bone. Said the witch, as she felt the chicken bone. What a bony little thing you are. You must eat more. And she yelled at the girl to bring more food for the boy. Meanwhile, the girl was fed only crusts of bread to eat. When 4 weeks had passed and the boy still seemed quite lean, the witch hunter lost all her patience. She could not wait any longer. So she called out, "The girl, quick, quick. Get some water. Whether the boy is fat or lean, this morning I will cook and eat him." "No, no," the girl shouted. "You stubborn child, do as I say and do it now," the old witch demanded. The girl did not move. "Fine," said the witch, "if that is how you want it then I will eat you for dessert." The girl still did not move. The witch was very angry now. "First we will bake. I have already heated the oven and kneaded the dough. Creep in, and see if it is hot enough for the bread." The girl knew not to trust the old witch. She felt sure the witch would shove her into the oven if she got any closer. "No, I do not know how to check," said the girl. "Then move out of my way, and I will do it myself," the mean witch said. Slowly, she hobbled over to the oven and poked her head inside. Just as she did, the girl gave the old witch a push. The witch fell right into the oven. Then she quickly slammed the iron door and bolted it, so the old witch could not get out. "I told you, you would need my help," while opening the door of her brother's cage. With nothing else to fear, the children sat down and enjoyed a feast of cookies, fresh cakes, and candies. "I was thinking, Mother and Father would enjoy such a fine meal. Let's go home," both children said. Before leaving the witch hunter's home, the children wandered through the house looking for more food to take with them. Instead, they found boxes of pearls and precious stones. "I know what work I will do when we return home," the girl said smiling. "I'll sell fine jewels and stones. You will surely need my help," the boy laughed. The children stuffed their pockets with the jewels and stones, and stuffed large sacks with as many cakes and candies as they could carry. Along their path, they fed the birds with crumbs of cake. They walked and walked until finally they saw a familiar space. "I think I know the way home from here," said the brother. Soon they could see their very own little cottage. They ran home, shouting, "Mother, Father, we are back at last." Mother and Father met both the children at the door and hugged them. "Look what we have brought," said the brother. He took the pearls and precious stones from his pockets and laid them on the table. "Once we sell these we will never ever be hungry again. How in the world did you find such treasures?" Father asked. "It is a very long story, Father," the brother said, "but I did get some help from my sister, who literally hunted the witch hunter." "You are good children," said Father, "and very brave. But promise me one thing. You must never ever venture into the forest again, for it is a most dangerous place." Brother smiled at his sister. "I promise," he said, because this time he knew for that's very true. And all the family never had to worry about their future, and they lived happily ever after. If you like the story, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you for listening. Good night.